The following contest is a singles match set for one fall. And it is for the #1 contendership for the New Texas Pro Women's Championship.
You handle this, I'll cover the ring announcer so you can just sit. Get ready.
From the shadow of AT&T Stadium, we are here for WrestleMania weekend. New Texas Pro presents Texas Till I Die. I'm Sammy Kiss alongside the incomparable Chris Russo. And Chris, how do you feel at the last call of WrestleMania weekend?
Well, this is a great way to have WrestleMania weekend end on a very high note. And in fact, starting off New Texas Pro Till I Die with a title match. That's how we do it, boy.
One of the hottest independent competitors making her way to the ring, Billie Starkz, who made a lot of headlines with that incredibly competitive matchup she had with Mysterious Q at New Texas Pro's last event, Worlds Collide, with that special intergender wrestling theme. How impressed are you with young Billie Starkz, Russo?
Billie Starkz has been around New Texas Pro longer than many people assume, and for good reason. Oh, we got the bell going here. And whoa! Okay.
And right off the bat, these two thinking the same thing. Hyan going one-on-one with Billie Starkz, Space Jesus. Tensions are high. As we said, this is the tail end of WrestleMania weekend. We want to thank you all for joining us here on IWTV. We're kicking things off with a bang, and you see the Renaissance woman Hyan coming off a huge victory over LuFisto at Cowboys from Hell for New Texas Pro.
Yeah, wanting to continue that momentum, and when this is a, well, I called it a title match, but it has title match implications. It's a #1 contenders match for the New Texas Pro Women's Championship. Hyan wants to keep that going, but Billie Starkz wants to rip that chance and opportunity away from Hyan.
All the eyes are right here on Texas and Dallas for WrestleMania weekend. Here comes Hyan with a tope suicida to the outside. And Hyan, with so much momentum, as we said, with a huge submission victory, I will add, over LuFisto, the legend in women's wrestling. Looking to try to get another victory here and make her way towards the New Texas Pro Women's Championship.
A lot of great experience that Hyan gained by spending a number of months recently in England. It's a new way of learning. You're bringing a new set of moves, a repertoire, and a newfound look of aggressiveness. That's what you really wanted us to make sure that we talked about, is the aggressiveness that the British wrestling style has really given to her.
And it's already paying dividends. As we said, she had a huge victory, not just over LuFisto, but a submission victory, showing that technical prowess that Hyan has developed after her time abroad. Here's the first cover of the matchup. Hooks the far leg, got a 2 count. Hyan, a former New Texas Pro Women's Champion. That reign cut short by the current champion, Rachel Rose. And Hyan's be able to get a victory over Space Jesus, Billie Starkz. She will be next in line to face Rachel Rose and maybe get back that championship that she feels that was robbed from her just a few months ago.
I think rob may be too strong of a term, but I wouldn't say that to Hyan's face. It's certainly, she'd like an opportunity to get her hands around the queen.
Let's give credit to Rachel Rose. She did earn the right to challenge for the New Texas Pro Women's Championship, but no one expected, here's a cover. We got a 2 count. No one expected that Rachel Rose was going to cash in that championship opportunity immediately after what was one of the greatest contests in New Texas Pro history, Hyan versus the prodigy Roxy. Hyan able to do what no one else was able to, capture that New Texas Pro Women's Championship from Roxy, but almost immediately after, we had another new champion in Rachel Rose.
Able to break that hold. Billie Starkz, there's a lot of fatigue. I think that's going to be yet another message and another theme that will be alluded to throughout tonight's event. A lot of fatigue. Billie Starkz has been in, I believe, 6 or 7 matches WrestleMania weekend, capping off with this one right now. How much is left in the tank? And it's the adrenaline dumps over and over and over again.
I know that we're up late. We want to thank everyone for joining us here. I know that I'm wired up. I know that I'm pumped up. I know you are too, Russo. Everyone here is so excited. All the eyes are here for us here in Dallas, Texas. The wrestling world is on notice, and everyone wants to make a mark for themselves. And the Renaissance woman looking to do that just here. Here's another cover. You got a 2 count.
All Hyan. I mean, all Hyan. I think that just shows the hunger and the desire from the Renaissance woman.
And there's a reason why she's a former New Texas Pro Women's Champion. She's won championships everywhere she has competed.
A lot of love for Space Jesus, understandably so. It was this time last year, WrestleMania weekend in Tampa, where Billie Starkz came out of her shell. She exploded even further onto the scene with the number of matches, the great competitive matches she had. And now, the name now precedes herself.
Yes, Billie Starkz does not know how to say the word quit. She is a go-getter. She will compete with the best of the best. As we said, that huge intergender matchup she had with Mysterious Q, one of the very best in the game. And a lot of people thought that was going to be a cakewalk for Mysterious Q, but Billie Starkz had other plans. A big crushing from Billie Starkz as we are here in our opening matchup for New Texas Pro,
Nice.
Texas Till I Die. How important is it to finish off this epic weekend for both these competitors with all the eyes centered right here in Dallas, Texas, Russo?
There's a great saying, it just applies to almost everything in life. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And frankly, the people will always remember how you finish.
So this is Texas Till I Die, and Hyan just shrugging off that blow.
I like this newfound look, even from Billie. This time, when we've seen her in New Texas before, she never would get into slugfest. This is new. Loving it.
She has that newfound confidence. Again, this go-getter of Billie Starkz. Space Jesus coming at her.
Oh.
Usually such a fun-loving competitor.
No, she'll...
Big blow takes both competitors down.
No, she has made it very well known this weekend. It is not about having fun anymore like what she originally brought to the table when she first came in. No. Now it's all about trying to get the wins. And there's a new moniker that a lot of people are calling her out there on the internet wrestling community. It's not just Billie Starkz, it's Bully Starkz.
Bully Starkz, a newfound attitude. As you said a year ago, something changed, something clicked in the mindset of Billie Starkz, and she's showcasing that here tonight. Face first goes the Renaissance woman into the knee of Billie Starkz.
Billie needs to start picking it up. This is exactly what needs to happen.
Here we are in the heart of Texas with the signature triple suplexes of the Texas legend Eddie Guerrero, and Hyan putting the block on it, putting a stop on it.
Gotta like the tenacity, not quitting and able to turn it into a fisherman's coke right here, the pin.
Beautiful bridge, but only a 2 count for Billie Starkz.
I'm a big fan of Billie. I'm not only a big fan of Billie Starkz, but the whole Big Starkz brand, the BSB. You've seen the armbands, you've seen the flags being draped and adorned by so many wrestlers throughout WrestleMania weekend. It's a family. It's something that's grown organically. I mean, to have something that started small and has turned into something so recognizable. I mean, that's fantastic. In fact, I've got an armband on order. Where's yours, Sammy?
Well, I tried to order one online, but they were sold out, so.
Oh, CT knee by Hyan. Got to capitalize right now.
Nice Falcon Arrow from Hyan. Cover here.
Oh my gosh.
Reversal. 2 count only. Billie Starkz back and forth we go. So much on the line here. As you said, so competitive here at New Texas Pro. Gotta believe the winner of this matchup will be next in line for a shot at the New Texas Pro Women's Championship. Billie Starkz just following up Hyan.
You know, right now, it's late. You know, your energy drinks can only take you so far. Right now, again, we're going to see this a lot tonight. Who is going to be able to pull out the reserves?
I think that's going to be a story all night long here as we're ending up WrestleMania weekend. So many of the competitors here competing tonight have been wrestled multiple matches. I'm talking about
watch out.
Dozens of matches. Gory special from Billie Starkz again. Showing respect and acknowledgement to the many greats here in the state of Texas as Billie Starkz goes up to the top rope. Looking for maybe that shooting star press if she does. Oh, the swanton!
The
swanton!
Cover! Ooh, and look at this, Hyan rolling it into a submission.
Is Hyan going to tap out Billie Starkz the way she did to LaFista last night at Cowboys from Hell?
Hyan was very, very adamant about everything that she has been able to learn from Will Ospreay in England and is exactly turning a terrible predicament into a good one. Look at this.
Look at that great change of technique. Billie Starkz reaching her leg out to the top rope. Hyan grabbing that leg and forcing the brick. Now wait a minute, that's it. Huge submission victory for the Renaissance woman Hyan.
This makes Hyan that much more dangerous. 2 nights in a row, winning by submission. This is new. This is great. This is how you adapt. This is how you transform. And just like Madonna, staying as relevant as she has through all the decades, Hyan will continue to be at the top of the game as she continues to mature. That was fantastic.
Hyan has shown that she has grown so much. The former New Texas Pro Women's Champion, bigger and better, with a huge victory here tonight. Next in line, you gotta believe, for the New Texas Pro Women's Championship. Take nothing away from Space Jesus Billie Starkz as you see Hyan, the victor here, inviting her competitor back in the ring. And a great show of respect. Those what you like to see. That's what New Texas Pro is all about here at Mania Weekend.
Congrats to Hyan, the new #1 contender. Rachel Rose, well, she's got a lot on her plate tonight, but whoever comes out on top on tonight's title match, ooh, they better have eyes in the back of their head.